My boss, my boss's car was in the driveway. I almost had a heart attack. I didn't know what to do. I started sweating. I wanted to turn around and go back to work and just stay there. But as a man, I knew I had to deal with what I'd done. So I walked in the house and they were fighting, really fighting. Like everything's knocked over in the living room and everything. And all of a sudden, my coworker stood up to charge towards me, and my wife hit her in her back with a hammer. Not a hammer. It looks like it's jackhammer, but I know that's not what he was trying to say. I don't know. The bitch got hit in the back with something. And oh, sorry, I lost my place. So the bitch got hit with something, and the police came, paramedics came. My boss pressed charges, and my wife filed for divorce. My coworker slash boss is now paralyzed, but not permanently. I feel bad because it's all my fault. I should have never slept with anybody that I was working with. This is why I don't talk about my home problems with people I work with. Pablo. You know, it's sad when people do go to work and bitch and complain and vent about their spouse or how it's so hard at home and oh, they can't take it and oh, they don't share sex with me and blah, 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 blah. It's like, maybe if you say these things to the person without sounding judgmental, just hard facts, you would probably get different results. But when you go and see, this is the thing, niggas think that when they at work and they're talking about how much they baby mama is a bitch and she's crazy and they can't stand her and this and this and that, women don't think that that's like cute. Girls and bitches do. They be all down for it. Like, oh yeah, talk about the bitch. I want to hear about it because I ain't got nothing to do and blah, 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 blah. And I'm only waiting for the next person to come so I can check them out, you know. And it's just like when you're complaining about things, you have to also be thinking, what complaints does this person have about me? Because nobody's perfect, and I'm so fucking tired of. You know what? I think I'm gonna try my best not to say that ever again because we already know that nobody's fucking perfect. But there are certain choices that you make where you can say yes, I'm going to, or no, I'm not going to, and you have the ability to resist temptation, but you choose the option of not resisting temptation. And when you're sleeping with somebody that turns into your boss, you shouldn't get fired. You should get a raise. And I don't know. I feel like the first thing that people do is run out and go cheat. It's like, what did that solve? Like, if you guys are having money problems, or if you think your wife is having mental issues, or the kids can't get into college because they don't take EBT cards, it's like, I don't know. But you got to start trying to work your problems out at home first instead of running and crying at everybody else. And I mean, there are some people, like I'm one of those people, who actually listens and genuinely does care. I don't listen and have a motive, or I mean, like an agenda, like, oh, I can't wait until he starts beefing with his bitch because I want him so bad. Oh my God, please let him come complain about this bitch so I can convince him why she's wrong for him. And slowly but surely, that's what a lot of bitches do. A lot of guys do it too. But no, I feel like if you're not happy in your relationship, if you wasn't 100% happy, or if you can only accept 20% happiness, then fine, accept that and stay. But if you know that you're just not happy and nothing's going to make anything right or work, or this relationship is just not going nowhere, then let it go. I'm tired of people complaining about the other person. It's like nobody complains about their fucking self, and I'm so over it. God, it's like I would just love for somebody to just say, oh, you know what? My last relationship ended because I could not just keep my dick out of random bitches. I caught a couple STDs, but that's all right. I mean, ain't nothing pills can't get rid of. Like, even though that is super ratchet, like, keep it real, like, I can't. I tried, but I can't. I can, but I won't. And the tea I'm drinking is Apple Mango by Lipton. I think I am gonna do like a tea of the month. Like every Friday, it'll be the same tea, but each month it'll be a different kind of tea. Because yeah, there's so many different flavors of tea, and just I try to sip it and serve it as much as I can. But it gets expensive trying to get all those fancy teas that I like. Let's move on to the questions and letters that all my lovely listeners send. And you know what? Speaking of that, I am starting to, I haven't done my show in a minute, but the last time I looked at the number of plays that my show has, and then I looked at the hours of play that it has, and I'm like, no, not feeling it. Wait a minute, and I don't know. But I am not concerned with how many hours or how many minutes you niggas listen to my voice, because y'all write letters all the time, and it's like, I do appreciate that. And, it's just hard. One of my friends said that some of us, do our little show as a hobby, and some of us do it as, their main source of bread and butter. And for me, it's a hobby. But I appreciate the opportunity, nevertheless, like it would be my bread and butter. It's just, I don't know. Shit happens, and sometimes, you need a break. You can't talk about every fucking thing that goes on, even though you would like to. That's how people sometimes incriminate themselves. And I don't know. I'm getting so sleepy. Oh yeah, the questions. So glad Miss G's back. Same judgmental bitch with a funny and honest opinion. Craig. Thank you. Yes, I am still that same judgmental bitch. I never thought I was that judgmental. Like, I don't judge nobody. I just say what I feel. And I don't feel like I judge anybody. I just give my honest opinion or my thoughts, and it is what it is. Let's move on to the next question. It says, were you just not trying to sound were you just not trying to sound sexy on your last episode? What happened to the tea? Did I mention tea on my last episode? I don't know. I don't even remember what tea I was drinking, if I was even drinking any tea the last show. Why deleted all the emails? Did you even read them? Pam. Oh, why did you delete all of the emails, and did you even read them? No, I did not read them all. And that was another reason why I deleted them. Because I had, took such a long break away from the show. The letters piled up and piled up. And, some people, some listeners send letters all the time. Like sometimes 3 or 4 letters, emails within the week, and it's like kind of time consuming, and I would love to give a response to every letter and comment and all that, but it's like your DMs is just overwhelming. It's so many messages. It's just like I can't. If I would have opened them, I probably wouldn't have made it on time to do this show right now. Have you ever been called a racist or a homophobe? I've never been called a racist, but I've heard somebody say to me that I say racist things. But I don't think that I do. But just because I don't think that I do doesn't mean that I don't. And, a homophobe? No. I love the gays. They all know that. And see, that's another thing that I feel like I have to clear up. I think that homophobe comment kind of came from maybe somebody hearing me say that I don't mind people being gay, but I don't want my sons to be gay. And no, I don't. I don't. And it's nothing against gays or anything like that, and if my sons choose to be gay, I will have to still love them and accept them and get the fuck over it. And, just hope they don't say fabulous darling all the time, because I can't. Yeah, I've been called racist. Have I been called something racist before? Oh, well, yeah, over the internet. Nobody's never called me the GGER word to my face. So I feel like, it doesn't really count, but it counts. Please, can you do a show about sex and not celebrities? I wonder how good your show would be if you talked about something else. I could sit up here and talk about just fucking me all day. Not fucking me all day. I could just talk about me